All right, today we're diving into a technique that could honestly save your next big idea from a total flameout. It's one of the simplest, but you know what? Also one of the most powerful stages in design thinking, and it could save you a ton of time, money, and let's be real, a whole lot of heartache.
So, I want to start with a question for you. Think about any new project, any startup, any big idea you've ever had. What is the single biggest, scariest risk you face? Just think about it for a sec. It's probably not running out of cash or a competitor swooping in. It's something way more fundamental.
And here it is. The biggest risk is that you spend months, maybe even years, pouring your heart and soul and all your energy into building something, only to launch it and find out that nobody actually wants it. All that effort, all that passion, all that cash, just gone. Spent on a perfect solution to a problem that nobody really has.
And that fear? Oh, it's absolutely real. The pressure to go big, to invest heavily, to build that perfect, polished thing right from the start, it's huge. But getting it wrong after all that, man, that's not just a business failure. It feels deeply personal. So how do we avoid falling into that trap?
Well, this brings us to the design thinking solution. And it's a really simple shift in how you think about things. Test before you invest. We're talking about stage 5 of the process, a whole phase that's just dedicated to testing and getting feedback.
Now, the goal here is not perfection. It's all about learning as quickly and as cheaply as you possibly can. You're not building the final product yet, not even close. You are simply testing the core assumptions that your entire idea is built on. Asking questions like, does this actually solve a real problem? Is this easy to use? It's all about validating the idea, not the final polished execution.
So how do you do all this cheaply and quickly? Well, you use a tool that's probably sitting on your desk right now. This is where we get to talk about the power of paper and something called low-fidelity prototypes. And trust me, it sounds way more complicated than it actually is.
Let's just break that down for a second. Low fidelity just means it's not polished. It's rough. It's sketchy. Handmade means you literally make it with your own 2 hands. No complex software needed. And the most important part, testable, means someone can actually interact with it, play with it, and give you feedback.
And when we say handmade, we really mean it. Your toolkit here isn't some fancy design software or a 3D printer. Nope, it's cardboard, it's paper, it's simple little models you can slap together in minutes. This just removes all the excuses for not getting started. Literally anyone can do this, right now.
Okay, here's a fantastic insight from our source material that really gets to the heart of why this works so well. The goal is not to test the tech, it's to test the human experience. Are you solving your user's problem in a way that just makes sense to them? When you focus on that human interaction, the thing you build, the prototype, can stay incredibly simple.
You know, this simplicity is actually a superpower. Because your prototype is just paper and cardboard. You're not emotionally invested in it. You're not financially invested in it. If a user tells you, hey, this button should probably be over here, you don't have to go rewrite a bunch of code. You just move the little piece of paper. It lets you explore dozens of ideas and make changes instantly.
Let me give you a really concrete example from the source material. Imagine you're designing a new kiosk for a post office. Instead of building a whole metal and glass machine, the team built one out of cardboard. And the touchscreen? It was just drawings on paper that a team member would literally swap out by hand as the user pressed the buttons. So simple, so fast, and you learn an incredible amount.
Now, this process isn't a one-and-done kind of deal. It's a really fast, continuous loop of learning and tweaking. It's known as the iterative test cycle. And the mantra is super simple. Learn, build, repeat.
Here it is. This is the engine of innovation. First, you build that simple model, right? Your cardboard kiosk. Second, you watch a real person try to use it. Just observe, no judging. Third, you get their honest, unfiltered feedback. And fourth, you take that feedback, you refine your model, and you do it all over again. Every single loop gets you closer to a solution that actually works for people.
Okay, so you've spent all this time with cardboard and paper talking to users. What's the end game? What is the real payoff for all this low-fidelity work? Well, this is where that simple little prototype connects directly to a final, successful product.
The payoff becomes so obvious when you look at it like this. With a paper model, the cost, the time, the effort to make a change, it's practically zero. But once you've built the final product, oh man, every single change is slow, it's difficult, and it's expensive.
The whole point is to make all your mistakes over here, in the easy column, when they're cheap.
And don't mistake these simple tests for trivial insights. Deciding where a button should go on a paper screen? That directly informs the final software design. Figuring out the perfect height for your cardboard kiosk? That informs the final expensive manufacturing and engineering plans. This early learning basically de-risks the entire project, right from the very beginning.
So there you have it. We've seen how the absolute simplest tools can help you tackle the biggest risk in innovation. And this isn't just a theory for giant companies. It's a practical tool that anyone with an idea can use. So the only question left is this: what assumption, what feature, what great idea can you test tomorrow with nothing more than a piece of paper?